Green still has 2 years left on his current contract. He would technically be able to opt out before next season to renegotiate. While Draymond Green is an important contributor to the Golden State Warriors, who just won the NBA championship, he is also 32 years old. He hasn't averaged double-digit points since the 2017-18 season and missed 2 months of play with a back injury this past season. Although he is an excellent defender, a max deal still seems impossible for him. There has been no direct discussion on his contract up to this point between the two sides, and the Warriors are in a financial quandary. They have to pay Draymond Green at some point. Meanwhile, Jordan Poole will hit free agency next summer, along with Andrew Wiggins entering the final year of his deal. In all of this chaos, Klay Thompson's contract will expire shortly. It is a tough decision for the Warriors, and everyone is hoping that they keep the championship team intact. Today's video will be about Draymond Green and why he may not leave Golden State. Before we go any further, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting NBA content. Let's keep rolling! Initially, the report came from two highly respected reporters, Anthony Slater and Marcus Thompson of The Athletic. They said that Bob Myers of the Warriors is not willing to give a contract extension to Draymond Green. If he won't get the bag and decides to leave, the Warriors front office will have to make a tough decision. The roster is not filled out, but the team is already in a position to make another finals run this year. The Warriors have signed a couple of talented players, such as Dante DiVincenzo and JaMychal Green, as qualified replacements for Peyton and Porter Jr. These situations aren't new for the Warriors, and we might see the signing of a veteran who wants to play with the championship team. There were some rumors about signing Kent Bazemore, but that proved to be false. Curry and Bazemore were just playing together and shooting like players usually do in the offseason. Draymond's recent comments certainly created some questions. He said that he wants and deserves to get a max contract extension. He is a perfect fit for any team, but Golden State is currently having salary problems. This is a team that has been to the NBA Finals repeatedly, swapping out different players in the lineups at different times to maximize the effectiveness of the team. They signed players like Kevin Durant, Andre Iguodala, and especially Andrew Wiggins, who is a budding star at 27 years old. It looks like the Warriors are all set for next season. Moreover, Jordan Poole exploded onto the scene earlier this year and made it to the starting five. He is only 23 years old and puts a lot of pressure on the starting lineup. Draymond Green believes he deserves the max and has expressed his desire to get a max contract extension. This can be interpreted in a couple of ways. Several analysts have interpreted it in different ways, but what he means is that he wants Golden State to know that if he would not be offered a max contract, he will go somewhere else. This would put pressure on the front office to do their best to keep the team together. Stephen Curry also said that he would not be happy if the Warriors lost Green because the team did not want to pay him. Curry and Green have played together for a long time. Any teammate should feel that way about losing a friend on the court to another team over strictly money. The last thing that the Warriors front office would need is their franchise player becoming unhappy because it will impact the championship window, while the free agency of Draymond is still up for debate. People are talking about whether the team can win a championship without Draymond. They haven't won a ring without him in the modern era, but yes, they can still dominate without him. Stephen Curry is the only player that is truly irreplaceable on the current roster, and without him, the Warriors would barely even make it to the playoffs, let alone the finals. However, without Draymond, the Warriors' offense and defense will be different because he typically leads the charge on the offense and blocks many players at the rim while defending. The other way to interpret Draymond's remarks is that he only told his value to the audience that he deserves a max contract and believes that he is worth it. A player such as Green, who has been to NBA Finals several times, won't disgrace themselves by negating their worth, not when Draymond was seen competing with a player such as Rudy Gobert, who plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves and is on a massive contract. Gobert is one of the most overpaid players in this league on a contract for $205 million. He can't play properly on the perimeter and does not score properly. He has length and can guard the basket, but a team should not pay that much for a player with his limitations both offensively and defensively on the court. The Timberwolves made a bad decision paying Gobert that much unless he proves himself and helps the team to win championships in the coming years. Unlike the Lakers or the Warriors, the Timberwolves are a small market team, and maybe Gobert will have to take a pay cut after his current contract so that the team can pay other players. After the Warriors won their last championship, Brian Windhorst of ESPN stated that this was a checkbook win for the Warriors, which sounds counterintuitive. The Warriors should be credited for signing players for lesser amounts than they're worth. This means that Draymond is a better player than Gobert, and, considering his statements and Gobert's contract details, Green should be paid the same amount. Every player on the Warriors roster has a unique skill set. The front office can put guys together who may not be worth as much on their own, but within the team structure, their skills have the perfect amount of overlap to compete as a team and stay unbeatable. The Warriors franchise has maximized its players' abilities to fit within a system that allows them to perform better. The starters of Golden State have developed to be experts at their capabilities. Stephen Curry is the best on offense. Green handles both the offensive as well as the defensive ends, and Klay Thompson is the relief for Curry and support for Draymond's defensive coverage. The all-time best trio switches on defense exceptionally. Curry and Klay switch for Draymond while he goes on the offense. Due to their support, Draymond doesn't have to worry about defense on the court. The reason that a lot of people believe that he is not worth the max contract is that they want him to switch into offensive mode. Even if he does that, he won't have to change what he does, which is mostly looking to find Curry and Klay in the open. He has to try and score himself without relying on other players. He relies on Stephen Curry and Klay when he goes on the offense. He has done wonders throughout his career and made extraordinary plays, but if he thinks that he is not physically capable of playmaking or improving his offense, then maybe he is not worth the amount he is asking for. If he shows that he can outperform defenders on the opposing team, then the max extension is his right. Draymond relies on his athleticism a lot, and players who do that, their careers usually have a shorter lifespan. Draymond should play another season with the team and showcase his abilities. If the Warriors win the championship and Draymond proves that he can play on both ends of the floor, then he will get a pay raise. But if he decides to leave Golden State, his salary will fall because no team would be willing to pay a max contract to a 32-year-old. We might even see a decline in his performance, and Kerr might change his starting lineup. If this happens, all eyes will be on the Warriors' 7th pick from 2021, Jonathan Kuminga. Draymond has already secured a bag outside of the NBA, so he will most likely stay with Golden State. And what do you guys think? Will Draymond accept the amount that the Warriors will offer? Will he be able to prove his abilities on both ends of the court? I would love to hear your opinion, so please let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing NBA content.